How's it going? Hope you're having an excellent day. Just sitting here in the music room and wanted to do a short video. Something you may not know about me is that I love these little puzzles. When I was a child, my parents would get us these puzzles either for Christmas or for our birthdays, and even into our adulthood, I think, right? They keep getting us puzzles. But it's always exciting, you get a new puzzle, but at the same time, you're always like, oh man, am I going to be able to solve it this time, And it's interesting. There are all kinds of puzzles, right? So this one's all wooden. This one has wooden metal rings. There are metal puzzles and different things. And so the other day, I was noticing on this one, right? If you can see, there's a little piece that broke off, or got broken off, I should say, right? Sometimes I'll have the kids come in here and they'll hang out and play, and things happen, right? But I was surprised at the life lesson that I saw in this, or that was shown unto me, right? Kind of a cool thing. If you don't know, these puzzles always have a way to be solved without force. Like, you don't have to force it really hard to get it to open up and to be solved. And I just saw like a huge life lesson in that. So with this one, right, if I mess around a little bit here, I'll be able to find it. Here it is. Yeah, so like you can rotate, if you can see that, you can rotate that piece and rotate that piece. And I don't have to put a lot of force into it. And so kind of equating this to life, right? So there are all kinds of puzzles in life. And there are different levels of complexity, different lessons that are learned through solving the puzzles in life. And there's always a way to solve it without force. Like, whether you're trying to force something, or whether you're pushing something too hard, whatever it might be, like you don't have to force it. And kind of the way that I go about solving these is I'll just kind of experiment, where is the movement? What can I do with this? And even in its broken state, right, it's still a valid puzzle. But yeah, so you'll be in life and you'll find it. You'll find that solution, that twisting piece, whatever it might be. And it's so satisfying to find that, right? And then you can start kind of unraveling things, right? So like this one has a little ball inside. And if we take these pieces off, we can eventually get the little ball out, right? So here we go. It's freed. And then you can continue to kind of take it apart, disassemble it. All right, then, so yeah, let me just take this apart for a sec. You kind of have to do like different twisting things to get all these pieces to come off. Yeah, the other day I messed around with this for like 30 to 45 minutes, just like trying to figure out how to get it to work. And it was fun. It's always a fun process. All right, so you get to this point, right? And you have all of these pieces. And a lot of times I'll get to this point and I'm just worried, I didn't pay attention well enough, or like, oh shoot, I should have like seen which piece came off first or whatever, And I kind of did that with this puzzle, right? I didn't pay very good attention. And so what I started doing, I started putting it together again. And there's like ways, like, okay, so there are ways, this isn't working, right? That's not going to work. So you just experiment, right? And I got it together a good way through it, almost all the way together. And there were a couple of pieces left and I couldn't get them on. And I was like, oh shoot, like I'm going to have to take this apart and rebuild it. And that's what happened. I took it apart and experimented with a different method, and I found, or thought about it, right? So these two pieces, they're special because they have to go on last. And so I set those aside and just started building again. And what's kind of neat is it's got to be the same with life, right? There is a method to these things. There's a way to put these puzzles together. There's like an order that they can go in, and these things can be solved, but it takes patience. Sometimes, yeah, you do. Like, you have to rebuild, you have to start over again. And it's kind of frustrating because you put so much effort into that solution, but it's not going to work. And the only thing you can do is just take it apart and try again. And so that's what I found with this puzzle. But when I did finally get it back together again, I was like, it's just that level of satisfaction, right? So I also skateboard, and like when you learn that trick, that new flip trick or whatever it is, or you land it off the picnic table, something, there's this level of satisfaction, and it's so similar, like I did it. Like, it just builds this confidence in you. And it really made me think, like building that confidence in yourself, but not only in yourself, but in God, in a higher power. So someone designed this puzzle, right? And I am so, like, I respect whoever designed this to be able to think through creating these pieces and make it actually work. And that's the thing. There's a designer in life, an architect, that's architecting the puzzles that happen in your life, that knows you and that knows what challenges you need to face that will build you in ways that you absolutely need, and it's just having that trust and knowing that whatever puzzles you're presented in life, you can do them because they're being presented to you by someone that knows you better than yourself, really, right? And so I just loved that analogy of this puzzle and equating it to the puzzles in life, and finding that satisfaction, and just knowing that that's what life is about. We're here to grow, we're here to develop, to help each other, and I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you.